Okay, then we will be continue from the last class. So last class we have seen how to install your ADDS feature or a role in your install Windows 2016 server. Okay,
Yes, sir.
see the what you can summarize from the previous class. See, first of all, whenever you're just planning for ADDS role to be installed in your PC, so you have to first of all check for the precondition. What are they? Your PC should be configured with static IP. Okay. Next one, your domain name and the net bias name should be fixed as per the company policy. Okay. Once you complete with we complete with the prerequisite, next you go for installing the role. So how to install the role? You have to open the add Windows rules and features wizard, right? So here you have to click on that add roles and feature and gradually it will do for you. Okay. So at last, when it is get installed, you will find okay this type of message. Now once you install this feature, next one is what the to enter.
Sir, I cannot see your screen.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I have share actually. I'm going to share. Okay, now.
Yes, sir. I can see, sir.
Okay, okay. So actually, see, whenever you install ADDS there, then you will find probably this type of screen. Okay, but normally this screen is not appeared. Okay, slash admin, that means you are login as an admin user of this domain. Okay, or you can term yourself as an what a domain controller. Okay. So once this rule is installed, next we can go for different purposes. Okay, what to do? Suppose you have promote yourself as an administrator of this environment. Right now, your company owner or the manager will tell you, Sanban, please add all these users to the domain. Okay, so that whenever they enter the office, automatically they can log in with these usernames. Okay, so today we'll see the steps how to go for creation of the user. Okay, see, users may be of two different type. One type of user is called the system user or the domain user. Okay, what does the system user tell? Suppose whenever you install any operating system in your PC, by default admin user is there. Okay, now after that, by using some specific steps, you can create different user account in your existing operating system, right? Likewise, in this Windows 10 operating system, right now I am only user. Okay, I am only user, and you can see different credential about my one. Okay, so my name is this one. So now, what if I want to add more user? So there is some option through which you can go for adding the user. So this type of user is called what a system user. That means whenever you are going to log on to these users, you have to put the ID name and the password. Okay, and all the checks are done locally. Okay, in the system itself. So that's why it's called what a system user. Okay, but whenever you go for a domain, that means you are going to create the user in the Active Directory domain controller. Okay, now whenever you are going to access using this user ID, first of all, your PC has to be part of this domain. Okay, now how to register a PC to this domain? Okay, from the previous class, I think you have seen how we're going to give the name of my domain. Say, suppose home.sanban, okay, or additive.bscit.net, right? Suppose additive.bscit.net is our domain. Now if you want to add your PC to this domain, so what to do? You have to go to my computer properties. Okay, here you will find the change setting. Okay, so at this point, okay, now go for change. See, by default you will find a work group. Okay, by click this domain you have to put the domain name there. Say this one, adtu dot bscit dot net. Okay, now after you click on OK, it will check some prerequisite conditions. Okay, now after fulfilling all the condition, your this PC is now be joining to the additive.bscat.net domain. Okay, now your PC is the part of this domain. That means whatever facility or restriction applied to this domain is equally applicable to you. Okay, this is how you can add your PC to a particular domain. Okay, Sanpan, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are okay, so you can conclude that there are two different type of users. What are they? One is your normal system user, whose all the authentications and checks are done in the manually the local level, right? But in case of a domain user, all these users are created at the active directory domain controller. Okay, now whenever
Mhm.
you are going to log in, you have to log with your any PC which is added to the domain, but with the credential which is there inside the, okay, server of the domain or the domain controller. Okay, if you are authenticated, then only you are allowed to log in as the user. Okay, and what is the benefit we get? If we are a part of a domain, that means whatever restriction, whatever facilities are applied to this domain is I am also accessing all those different features. Okay,
Mhm.
so this one. So see the steps. So see, to know these steps manually or the visually, you cannot go for this. Okay, so after installation, I'll show you how you can go for installation of this. Sorry, this creation of this user. So in the start menu or the start button of this install Windows 16 server, you will find the option called administrative tools. Okay. In the administrative tool, you find what the active directory users and computer. Okay, there right click on the specific domain, you will find all the domains. Okay, so this is not mandatory that one PC or one server can be the domain of only one, sorry, the controller of only one domain. Okay, it's depend on you. Okay, so you have to choose the proper domain, then choose new, select user from the menu. Okay, that means you want to create the user, and
Mhm.
after that make the necessary changes. Suppose, okay, let me show you. I will be showing you in the uh, here how you're going to create the create user in active directory. Okay, let me go there. You can view my screen, na Sanpan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, see, it's very simple. Okay, only have to click and go on. See, first of all, what to do, you have to click on start menu, then you have to go for administrative control. Okay, in the administrative control, you will find this one, create new user and the active directory administrative center. Okay, here see the steps. Click start administrative tools, then what the active directory users and the computer. Okay, when you click on this, you will find this screen. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
at this screen, what to do? Okay, this is a task pane. Okay, user, right click here, then you will find the option called new. Okay, when you click new, then select user. Okay, then your user will be created. Now you will find this screen. Okay, here you have to make all the necessary changes. Okay, I will show you all these steps. I will show you, okay, how to go for creation of the
Yes, sir.
user. Okay, so don't worry, no need to be confused over here. I'll show you. Once you install it, I will show you all the steps in detail. Okay, and then make the necessary changes, then type the password. Okay, this is mandatory. You have to keep some password with the relevant restriction. Verify the information displayed, then click on finish. Okay, and please remember, this user is created in the server or the domain controller. Okay, now if you want to see, whenever you see, I'll show you. Say suppose I have locked my PC. Okay, are you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think you have seen one lock screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you log into the screen, you probably have to give these things. Suppose this much. Okay, then it is open. That means you are login as the username and the password. Okay, now this user is located here. Okay, now whenever you are login to this domain user, so first of all your PC has to be entered to this domain. Okay, and I have already shown you how you can add your PC to the domain. But only thing is to that, instead of this work group, you have to choose the domain name. Okay, then it will restart your PC, then automatically it is going to be joined. Okay, and at that moment you have to give the credential something like this: your domain name slash your username. Okay, username means the user which is created at a domain. Okay, are you following what I'm telling?
Yes, sir.
Okay, using this credential that you have created in the server or the domain controller, using this credential you are going to add. Okay, that's why whenever you join to any big organization or any type of organization which manage all these things centrally, okay, they will ask about all the credential. Okay, your employee ID, your name, address, and all. Okay, that means they will create one account in their system. Okay, and whenever your PC is enter into the office, automatically you will be detected. Okay, with the help of your MAC number, or many more mechanism is there. Okay,
Yes, sir.
generally this is done by your MAC number. Okay, and using this MAC number or a MAC ID, your PC is identified in the domain. Okay, and you are welcome there. Okay, now one
Yes,
question.
sir.
Now, one question may be there, then what is the benefit I get there? Okay, suppose Sunburn is an employee, he entered the office and exit at 6 p.m. That means from 9 to 6 he is available. Now, suppose your reporting manager want to check you, okay, what you have done there, done in the day. That means whatever task you have completed in your PC, okay, using this user ID, all these logs are available in the, okay, domain controller computer. So I have shown you the address of the file where you will find a log file. I think this is system dot c colon slash system dot syslog. Okay, from this file all your relevant information will be captured. Okay, that means monitoring can be done very easily. Okay,
Yes, sir.
see, so there they're telling about two different type of user. A domain user is one whose username and password are stored on the domain controller. Okay, I've already told you. Rather than the computer, the user is logging into. Okay, that means in this local environment you have not anything. Okay, all your credentials are there inside the office or the organization's domain controller. Okay, when you are logging to this PC or this domain, you will be authenticated based on the information. Okay, there in the domain controller. When you logged in as a domain user, this is important. Okay, domain user. The computer asks the domain controller what privileges are assigned to you. Okay, you see, in organization, all the employees have not the same access. Okay, some has the more, some is the less, some is the different type of accesses. Okay, now see, during the creation of the user, administrator has to decide what are the different, okay, facilities he or she will provide to you. Okay, based on this, you will be welcome to this domain. Okay, when the computer
Yes, sir.
received an appropriate response from the domain controller, it logs you in with the proper permission and restriction. Okay, this one. Domain user, you know, I think. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and it logs you as a proper permission. This one, proper permission and the restriction. Whatever facility you have and whatever restriction you have. Suppose as an IT employee, you are not authorized to view the salary slip of the admin, all the persons. Okay, so this is the purpose of the finance department. Okay, so in this way, some restrictions sometime may be imposed. Okay, so these
Yes,
all
sir.
these centralized management tasks can be performed if you are a part of a domain or you are logged in as a domain user. Okay,
Mhm.
this one. Okay, so now see, using this wizard, the steps is quite lengthy. Now, suppose you as an administrator, your main task is to create the user. All the time you have to create lots of users. Okay, so why to follow all these long steps? Okay, so directly in the sales script, you can run some simple script. Okay, using this script, you will be created or you can form some user. Okay, so in this slide, we will see how to create Active Directory users and a group. Okay, using the PowerShell. So user we know who will work in the computer is called the user. Now,
You,
which is group? Can you say something? What may be the group? What may be the group?
sir, like the server.
See, you have a domain. Okay, in the domain, just
Mhm.
consider that minimum I have one domain controller. Okay, my organization is not so big. Suppose I am happy with only one domain controller. Okay, now group
Mhm.
is something like this. Suppose IT group, finance group, okay, admin group, management group, marketing group, sales group, like this. Okay,
Mhm.
that means users are the parts of the groups and groups are the part of the domain.
Domain.
Okay,
Mhm.
or you can say group is the subset of domain and domain is the superset. Under these things, all these subsets are available.
Mhm.
Okay, Salman, please hold on.
Okay, sir.
Zuan apa sa? Kelas sulit mo. Okay, Salman, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, will be continue. Yes. So what I'm telling, so domain is a superset. Under this domain, all these groups, users, and many more things will be there. Okay. Sometime you may find a organizational unit also. Okay. I will show you how to create all these different entities. Okay. So to
Okay, sir.
create the groups, you have to follow just simple. See, using wizard. After right clicking, you will find all the option what you're going to create. Group, organizational unit, or the user. Okay, based on your requirement, you have to give something like this. Okay, and when you go for creating the user, you will find an option where you can choose the group. Okay, if there is a group, then you may or may not be a part of this group. Okay, based
Mhm.
on your interest. Now,
Yes, sir.
how this task can be performed using the PowerShell script. To go for this one, only you have to write this one new hyphen add group, then the group name. Say new add group BSc IT CTI as fifth. Okay. Delete an Active Directory group. Simple. Remove add group. Okay. See, each and every group must have an identity number. So using this one, you can give this. Okay, adding users to an existing group. Use the add group member command. So add hyphen add group member, identity and group name, members member name. Okay, so ये करने से क्या हो जाएगा? Sanban Fira will be inserted to this ESCIT fifth group. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
removing user from the group. What to do? Use the remove add group member command.
Group member.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what? Remove hyphen add group member, exactly same. Okay, now see the
Yes,
things.
sir.
Groups are used to collect user accounts, computer accounts, and other groups into manageable unit. Okay, working with group instead of with individual user helps simply network maintenance and the administration. Okay, very simple. That means I put all the BSAD first sem student in one group, second sem in one group, something like this. Okay, so there are two type of Active Directory groups in Active Directory. One is for the distribution group and one is for the security group. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
this. So I will show you okay how to create the groups, organizational vision, and then these steps will be very much easier. Now I think you get some idea. Okay, what is user and what is group? Is it Sanban?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Is
sir.
it okay? Now organizational unit. Okay, this is important. A container where you can place user groups, computers, and other OUs. Okay, OUs that means organizational unit. Okay, one big organization, say additive. Inside this organization, different units are there. Say exam department, PC office, registers office. Okay, faculty room, and different. Right. So these all are the part of the units of the organization. Okay, now inside
Yes, sir.
this organizational units, you can put some groups, users, and all. Okay, suppose engineering department. Okay, so inside this engineering, suppose you have different classes. So these are the groups. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
under this group, different students. These all are the users, and it may have different computers lab wise. Okay, so these all are the holders of your organization called what a organizational unit. So Active Directory organizational unit is a simple administrative unit within a domain. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
administrator can link group policy object GPO. Okay, what is GPO? Suppose whatever policy we have applied to a group, it is mentioned or there resides under a common destination. This is called what the group policy object. Okay, administrator
Okay, sir.
can link GPO and assign permission to another users. Okay, we can distinguish two main tasks when using the OUs. What are they? Delegation of management and administrative tasks. And next one is linking group policy. देखो एक एक करके देने से बेहतर है कि तुम्हारा क्या करो एक ही बार में सारे इसको असाइन करो सपोज इन दिस जीपीओ वी हैव असाइन say two different rules. Okay, one is suppose if you are going to create the password, then password length should be of seven alphanumeric character collection of your uppercase, lowercase, special symbol, and the number. Okay, and second restriction you are putting that if you are entering to this domain with this the domain credential, then you must have to maintain that your desktop wallpaper is your what the college logo. Okay, so these two rules are there resides inside the GPU. Okay, now when you link this GPU to this what the UU, that means all these policies are automatically linked to all the users of this UU. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this one. An organizational unit is a subdivision within an Active Directory into which you can place user groups, computers, and the other organizational unit. Okay, I think you get this. Okay, see all the notes and all you'll find in this what editive portal. Okay, please go and download from there. Okay,
Yes, sir.
please. Then you will create organizational unit to monitor or sorry to mirror your organizational functional or business structure. Actually, this is monitor, okay, not a mirror. To monitor your organizational, functional, and business structure. Each domain can implement its own organizational unit hierarchy. Okay, it's up to this domain. Okay, if your organization contains several domains, you can create organizational unit structure in each domain that are independent of structure in each domain. Okay, suppose there are 5 domains. Okay, now if we're creating the some organizational unit with the same name, that means this OU is different from that OU. Okay, nothing to be confused. So organizational units are directly the private component. Okay, anyone can use this. Okay, Sanban.
Yes, sir.
Okay, regarding all these three things, user, okay, groups, organizational unit, and GPO. Okay, you have any doubt?
So I'm having doubt in GPO, sir. I do not understand.
Okay, okay, I'll let you know. See,
Okay, sir.
GPO, Group Policy Object. Okay, that means first of all
Mm-hmm.
you have to confirm what is group policy. You have the clear view or not regarding group policy. You have the clear view or not. First of all, confirm this one. What is policy? Sanban, what is policy? Can you tell me?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, what is policy?
So what?
Is policy policy? This one. What is policy?
So it is like a principle of action.
Yeah, or you can say what are some sets of rules or the restriction.
Sets of
Okay.
rules. Yes, sir.
Yeah, suppose I'm telling now, suppose in this domain, suppose xyz.com is a domain. The rule of this domain is that you cannot change your wallpaper. This is policy number one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what the you have to join to this what the group or this domain before 9 a.m. This is policy number 2.
Mm, yes, sir.
Okay, and suppose if you want
Mm-hmm.
to, you cannot install any software without the consent of system administrator, policy number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you cannot copy anything from this domain, policy number 4. So there are 4 different policies which is currently applied to anything, a group, okay, or an organizational unit. Okay, now inside the computer where all these policies are resides are called as what the group policy object.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, group policy
Yes,
object.
sir. Mm-hmm.
So this one. Okay. That means suppose GPO1. That means all this GPU1 is consist of all these 4 sets of rules or the policies. Okay. When you are linking this GPU1 to an organizational unit 1, that means whatever policies are there inside this object is applied to all the entity of this organizational unit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ये सब किस लिए किया
Mm-hmm.
ब्रो? To instead of going and applying each and every policy one by one, it is made as a bundle.
Mm,
Okay,
yes, sir.
that means when this bundle is handed over to anyone, that means इसके अंदर में जितना कुछ रहेगा all is applied to that particular entity. It whether it may be user, computer, or any other groups. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
so this one.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Yeah. So regarding this OU and group, this is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanpan, what about the assignment?
I'm done, sir.
You have done it, na?
Yes, sir.
So please submit it to the Google Drive.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Actually, this link
Yes, sir.
is viewed by the other persons also. Okay. So please submit by today. They will be looking it after today EOD. Okay. So by today only, please upload all these results. Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Go. See, these steps are there. Okay. Now, if you see the steps, I don't think you will get something. Okay, because all this is practical. Still, you see once
Mm-hmm.
what to do. In Server Manager, open Tools and click Active Directory Users and Computers. Okay. So this is the domain. See the icon there. Okay. Inside this domain, right click there and go and click on New. So when you click on new, see, you will find all the option to create the group, create the contact, okay, MySQL, queue, analysis, and different things, users, organizational units. Then you have to click on this organizational unit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then give the name. Oh, so what name you want? And after that, click on OK. Your organizational unit is created. Very simple. Okay. So first of all, you have to
Yes,
find
sir.
out this one server manager, then tools, then active directory, users, and the computers. Okay, so just before going for this one, advanced ADDS configuration. Okay, let us complete this first. Regarding practically, then we will proceed towards the second chapter. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Sanban, please make this installation as soon as possible. Okay, so that you can
Yes,
see
sir.
all the different tasks.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we have done till now, we have seen what is directory and what is active directory and the domain controller. Okay, regarding directory, active directory, domain services, and domain controller. Any doubt, Sanban?
No, sir.
What is directory? Because I think you have created your own directory, right? In the assignment.
Yes,
So
sir.
I don't think that you have some doubt. Okay.
No, sir.
And
Mm-hmm.
what is active directory domain service? So this is a directory service from the Microsoft. Simple.
Yes, sir.
ओके डोमेन कंट्रोलर क्या है बोलो व्हाट इज
Yes, sir.
डोमेन कंट्रोलर ओके
So domain con.
बोलो व्हाट इज डोमेन कंट्रोलर
So
यस Sanpan please tell
hello, sir.
yeah please tell what is
So domain controller is like a server computer, sir. That like it responds to security.
oh yes
Like it responds to security of a computer, sir, on a computer network.
not a security that means the management of entire domain the controlling of entire domain is in the hand of your domain controller
Mm.
okay
Like it manages the security policies.
yeah exactly security is one of the
Mm.
policies maybe okay this one.
Yes, sir.
So mainly it controls or regarding
Mm-hmm. It
administration
controls,
of
sir.
this entire domain, this is done by your domain controller.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we have seen this one. So the four component of your Active Directory: the schema, global catalog, query and indexes, application services. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have seen what the deployment of Windows Domain Controller. Okay. There are two steps. What were the steps? First of all, you have to install the Active Directory domain service to the server ADDS using the either from what installation wizard or from the PowerShell. Okay. Once you
Yes, sir.
install it, next you go for promoting the server as domain controller. Okay, these two tasks.
Yes, sir.
See, whenever you go for installation of this domain ADDS in your server, there are two different preconditions. What were they? क्या क्या था बोलो? This one. The server must be configured with static IP. Okay. If someone asks you, then you can. I think you can tell it. Okay. Why this request static IP? Sanban, can you tell why static IP is required?
So, so your voice is breaking, sir. I don't understand, sir.
Okay. Now is it clear? Is it clear?
Same, sir.
Please relog once, disconnect and reconnect once.
Okay, sir. Now I can hear, sir.
Okay, na? Then, okay, what I'm telling to install the ADDS in your server, there are different precondition or the prerequisite. The first one is your what the server must be configured with a static IP. Okay, if I ask you what
Mm-hmm.
is required, can you tell what is the
So
necessity of? Yes,
about the static IP, sir.
yeah, why it is required? So what is problem with the dynamic? Okay, DHCP करने से problem क्या होता है? Now why you go for static allocation of IP to the server or the domain controller? Because you see it help us to identify or the find out our PC in the domain efficiently. Okay,
Yes, sir.
this one
Like,
something like that. Your permanent address. Static IP means you the permanent address. Okay, you are if you are
mm-hmm.
using your address all the day, then how can I find you? Okay, this one.
Mm-hmm. That means like it doesn't change, na, sir.
Yeah, does not change. That's a static, fixed.
Yes, sir. It's fixed.
Okay. This one. That means, see, your mobile number can be dynamic. So now,
Mm-hmm.
now you're using Zio. After that, you will go for Airtel and many more, right?
Yes,
Vodafone,
sir.
maybe this one. But your home address, your PIN number is fixed. You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
change it. Okay. Now, sometime if
Yes,
you
sir.
shift from one place to another, then this is something different. In generally, we cannot alter our PIN number. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next one is change the DNS setting in the network interface. Okay. So what IP we have assigned to the this IP address, the same IP you will have to use in the DNS also. Okay. Now all
Mm-hmm.
the request is coming to resolve any website is done in the in this server itself. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is
Mm-hmm.
what decide the domain controller name. Something like that. Okay, so your organizational name, maybe your what is department name or the PC number, say additive.bscit.001. Okay, this one. Then decide the net bias name. Bias name is generally your organizational name. Okay, so once you confirm this one, next you will proceed towards the installation of this feature. Okay, how
Mm-hmm.
to begin? You have to go to the server manager, then add rules and feature, and you have to follow just the on-screen instruction. Okay, and your active directory domain service rules is going to be installed in your computer. Okay, once you install this computer, okay, now the thing is that I will manage different computers. So what to do? You will have to create the organizational unit, groups, and the users. Okay, under and you have to join all these components to your domain for the centralized control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
these all are the tasks of an system administrator in the Windows environment. You have to perform all the day. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we have seen some new wording also. So what are they? User you I think no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one we have see what a group.
Group.
Group you know.
Yes, sir.
Next we have learned about what the organizational unit. OU.
Unit. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the subdivision of your organization or the domain. Okay. This one. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
additive is a domain. Inside this
Mm-hmm.
additive, computer science department, mechanical department, civil department, okay,
Yes, sir.
pharmacy department, all this organizational unit. Okay,
Unit. Mm-hmm.
inside this organizational unit, different groups. inside this computer science, BSc group, MCA group, BTech group, different groups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
and inside the group all the entities are there, say users, computers,
Yes, sir.
printers,
Yes, sir.
different physical entities. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes, sir.
we have learned about one more term. This is called what? The GPO, group policy object. That means
Check.
whatever policy you are applied to a group, okay, this is resides under a single heading or a single
Mm-hmm.
repository, and this repository is called what? The group policy object. Okay, तो इसका बेनिफिट क्या
Yes, sir.
करता है बोलो, what is the benefit if you are going to apply all these sets of rule, same sets of rule to all the different entities, then directly you have to what a link this GPU with this organizational unit. Okay, now all the component or the constituent of these organizational units are okay applied with the selected group policies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one.
Yes, sir.
So now I have seen some steps. So I will show you the steps in detail whenever you go for the practical. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll stop here today.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I will not
Okay,
go
sir.
for the advanced tasks. Let us clear all these tasks, the things before. Then we'll go towards the advanced task. Okay. Up to this part, if you have any doubt, then you can ask.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, I'm there for another 5 minutes. Okay, again, this system will allow us to this for a few minutes. I'm there for four few minutes. Okay, for 4 to 5 few minutes. You please ask me if you have any doubt. Okay.
Yes, sir.